Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. It's my weekly show where you see what I got done, what I'm working on, and what is coming up. So this week, back with painting. I finished 15 models, assembled some stuff, made some plans, played some games, and got back in the rhythm of what I'm working on, what I'm painting. So the first things I got done, I got 14 models from my Indomitus set finished. I tried to break the back of the infantry, so I started with painting the assault intercessors and the eradicators, and then in between I like to reward myself with a character, so I painted the Primaris Lieutenant with the Storm Shield and the Volkite little pistol guy. Then I also painted a new character of Warhammer Quest, the Troll Slayer, who will join the adventure soon enough in a brand new adventuring party, even with a guest, which you'll see coming up in the next couple weeks. I started painting and working on my new character that I'll be adding into my advocates for my Relic Blade campaign. Got a new model built for my Slaves to Darkness, big behemoth finally. I had a big cool model. Got some new stuff in for Infinity Code 1, and then also started assembling some more models to add a new level of bad guys basically to Warhammer Quest. So some stage 2 bad guys. We're going with Chaos as the theme. You get to see those too. So let's take a look at what got done and what is coming up. So starting off with what got done, here are my Ultramarines from the Indomitus box that all got painted. It's cool because today actually I think the Indomitus box came out, so good timing. I mean, I'm happy with them. You guys have seen the rest of it, so I didn't bring in the work in progress stuff, but I'm going to try and finish off my Outriders and my Captain tonight. Maybe move on to a couple more characters. It's about 400 points right here. The Assault Intercessors are 195, I think. They're 190 for the 10 of them. And then you pay a little extra for the plasma pistol on the sergeant there with the chainsword. He's pretty super sweet. There's no rules right now. I would have chopped his arm off and given him a cooler weapon. I'll probably just build an assault sergeant for the squad later on. I'm going to build a couple assault sergeants for my regular intercessor squad, so they may do double duty at some point, who knows. But the finishing details were basically just doing all the armor damage, so doing the high silver highlights on the blue armor from Green Stuff World, then just finishing off all the details, just finishing the purity seals, doing another layer of gold with some old burnished gold on that Viking gold, that scale 75 gold, a little bit of Eshin Gray just to highlight the chain swords, a little more dried bark on the pouches and stuff, and just going through and basically finishing them. A little chipping and damage on the bases too, just to kind of make the metal deck plating surface look like it was just old and beat up and rusty. But I'm happy with them. Same with the eradicators, and then did the details in this guy. I kept the heraldry and stuff simple. I might throw a decal on there at some point, but I didn't want to do a whole bunch of work on them. I'm just trying to get them on the tabletop and then figure out what I want to add. So this is about 400 points. I have a hard time finishing stuff if I don't just plow through it. So I do really want to paint my other intercessor squad with bolt rifles. Just do 2 squads of bolt rifles and maybe sergeants with thunderhammers to neaten up my battalion, because I assume this is going to turn into a battalion at some point, and having 2 ranged units I can take advantage of the tactical doctrine with some bolt rifles, and then having some heavy hitting sergeants I think would be a good idea going forward. And that I think they're 100 points for 5, and then the thunderhammers are 15 for non-characters, so we're looking at 230 points. So that takes me to 630. The bikes and the captain I think are gonna push me into another 225, so I get those finished and I'm at 800 or 900 points. And yeah, it's a battalion. It's a full battalion. I can't remember, I think you're an elite actually, so you might actually not be my second HQ choice. So I'll probably have to paint a librarian or something like that. I do want to have a psychic powers in the squad, but I will try and just get everything I've base coded already finished before I work on the intercessors. So you might see 1 more game or 2 more games with the Indomitus box, just rolling as a patrol with a vanguard, before I really dive into adding to this army. As you all know, my love of assembling everything is far eclipsed by my love of painting things. But once the Indomitus stuff is done, I'll start thinking about adding things. I've got a librarian I want to paint, a Primaris librarian I want to paint. I really want to paint an Inquisitor, just for all my Imperial armies, because you can throw them in and have some psych defense. For my Knights, I think that's going to be important. I got a wonderful old Forge-Rolled Inquisitor model that I'm going to paint up. Solomon Locke, he's probably my favorite Inquisitor model of all time. Model of an Inquisitor, I guess, of all time. Because I don't have an Eisenhorn. I should get an Eisenhorn. I wish he was still available. He probably is. I probably just don't know where to look for him. And this weekend I'm going to try and just finish off the rest of the Indomitus box. Getting these 15 finished, it really does break the back of it. I think there's only 25 models in the whole Ultramarine side of it, so I've really just got 10 models to go, and the bikes and the captain are almost half of that. So once those are done, I can look to the future. I've already got a Reaver squad painted for these for my Kill Team project, as well as that little Space Marine Heroes 5-man squad. So I do have a second troop dress if I want it. Like, it's more like I just want to do the all Primaris thing this time around. And I really like the stuff in the Indomitus box. I might try and get some more Eradicators and more Blade Guard veterans because I just think they're cool. And more Outriders because I think they're cool as well. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get another Indomitus box though, because I don't really need the characters again. Unless I want to pay for my Space Wolves, which would be cool. I don't know, but they're kind of like, they're hard, of course they're hard to find right now, so I'd have to get my hands on one. Anyway, that was the first thing I painted. Number 15 model, or sorry, this is 14, isn't it? The number 15 model is my Troll Slayer. This is the classic Gary Morley Troll Slayer. Gary Morley did, I think, except for the Jez Goodwin couple of elves, he did all of the Warhammer Quest like character models, and this is a great classic Gary Morley dwarf with a huge axe and some cool rules. His Warhammer Quest rules are actually pretty rad. He starts with just +1 damage, like he does his rune axe does +1 damage, and you can get runes inscribed both temporarily and permanently on it in the Slayer Shrine just by showing up and impressing people. He doesn't really ever spend his gold, so it's cool. He's probably the only character in the game that doesn't split his spending gold with his experience gold. So when you spend your experience gold, it doesn't reduce your spending gold, but your spending gold is capped at the beginning as to how much you're willing to like lug around, because the Slayers don't really have any like need for like worldly goods. And then he has a skill where if he rolls a 6 to hit, he becomes strength 7. So he hits pretty hard when he's doing his jam. I had a lot of fun painting him, and he's like super fun in the game. So I'm stoked for you guys to see some adventures. I did 2 adventures with him so far, and you'll see those coming up soon. And so here's the stuff I'm working on coming up. So first things first, we got my new stuff for Relic Plate. I got my big tree folks. I got a plate up. He's gonna be one of my 2 models I wanted to recruit. Basically, I'm using dwarves in the little campaign that Mike and I are running, but I wanted to add some new models, so I'm gonna add in the Wild Elf and the oh shoot, what's he called? Treebeard Boy. I can't remember what Sean named him off the top of my head. Just have him as options basically to go with my Lone Guards and stuff too. And then some stuff for Code 1. I got the new support pack for O12, which I'm jazzed about. The Engineer and the Doctor, along with their 2 little like cool Yude bots that have like the really cool like, I don't know, I like the new design. The faces are really cool, and they're a little less just bunnies. I like this one's got its hair up, kind of. And then the new Yao Kong and Drawn bots, which are, they evoke the old ones, but are just kind of like cooler and newer. Like I love the HMG rack to it, and the big missile pod too. They're really, really cool. And then this one over here as well with the HMG and rocket, and it does all the drawn bots, so you don't just get the 2 like shooty ones, you get the support ones as well just by using other stuff. I got some Warhammer Quest guys. I painted my Troll Slayer, so it's time to paint my last Quest model that I have, because I can't find my Warrior Priest anywhere, from the hero packs, and that is this fella right here, the Witch Hunter, which I'm pretty jazzed to paint. He's a really cool model, and you know, he's just fun. And then this is gonna be one of the baddies. I got an old Chaos Sorcerer I want to paint up as part of my Old Hammer project too, and he's just gonna make a great bad guy to fight in my Chaos stuff. Everything else is sitting in some purple stuff right now, stripping, but I got some Ogres, some Chaos Warriors, some old plastic Beastmen, some Dragon Ogres, and some characters too. Like I've got like a Slambo and stuff. I can use as a Chaos Lord to paint up, a classic one. And then we'll have some period appropriate Chaos models to fight, to go along with the Minotaurs and things. Then I've got some stuff for Space. I'll have time to start working on Gene Stealer. There's not a lot of missions in Gene Stealer, but I need some more hybrids. So I need to paint up my old classic Jez Goodwin metal hybrids, which are awesome. So I can have the full complement of 10 different letter-coded hybrids. And if I have time, I'll paint some extra Gene Stealers too, just so I have lots for the blip pile. I've got 8 more, so it takes me to 20. I know I should have more than I currently have painted, but I've just been putting it off because I was having fun playing the missions. And there's 2 more missions. They're a little bit harder when you add the psychic stuff to add, to basically like adapt to the solo play mode, but we'll see how we do. Last but not least, I got this big guy here. I got a Chaos Lord to add to my Slaves of Darkness on a Behemoth, which I'm pretty excited about. With the Sorcerer Lord, because I don't know, I like the model more, really, and like having a big wizard without having to use Bellicor and stuff might be a good idea. He's not that many points, he's like 280 points. The Manticore is pretty cool. The Ravagers have lots of cool options for him. And I kind of want it, like, I'm just not, I don't know why I'm not excited to paint the Marauder Horseman. I'm just not. I'm going to paint him in a chariot so I can finish off my formation and be able to take one of the I think it's the Swords of Chaos, something like that. The one where like you have all the mounted guys. And then I got this big cool Behemoth that's also a Ravager that can summon a unit and do all that cool stuff, and then cast some spells too. So I'm pretty stoked about him. I'm going to get him base code. I left this guy. This guy's off, so he can get retouched. I'm gonna put the basic material on, get them primed. I'll probably do some like pale airbrushing on the Manticore, and then do a lot of the painting with contrast paints just to bang in the base coats, but probably not the skin. And then this guy's just gonna get primed black, and then armor dry brushed and details done and all that good stuff to get him done. He's such a cool model. Like, come on, how could you not pick this one? Look at how cool he is with his hood and his like chainmail face. He's super rad. I'm just to paint him. Maybe I'll use the custom character rules for him too, because I could. You could take a behemoth character and give him some traits and stuff. So maybe I'll give that a try. And so I got another 15 models painted this week. I can't remember what my total is, but it's more than the 0 I painted the week before, as I took a week off and headed to the cottage and did a bunch of work on it. The cottage is pretty isolated. I was just like building furniture and trying to get it furnished, and I got some deck boards I got to replace and just stuff like that. But it was very refreshing. Swam in the lake, got some sun, felt good. Saw family. It was a good week. So thanks for bearing with me and having me take a week off. I'm going to jump in and paint some more Ultramarines probably tonight. Cherry pick some of these cultists and gene stealers to paint up for playing the gene stealer expansion for Space Hulk, the 2 missions that are in there. And then, yeah, I think I might, maybe next week I'll start looking at the Dracula's America solo expansion. I got a bunch of books to review that I need to get to, just because I've been away all week. Some stuff showed up in the mail. I do want to do a Code 1 rulebook review because I've got the physical copy of that now to check out and show you guys. And then, of course, you guys have been asking for me to do a General's Handbook review and a chapter-proof book review, and I've got copies of those now too. So we'll see what we get to next week as I plow through more and more stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, Ash, have a good gaming. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below to get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Death Ray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.